Hello, and welcome to episode 20 of Fallen Dragons. And the title of tonight's episode is Zennius's Quest. I'm your DM, Mike, and I'm here with actually all of my players tonight. There's Dusty's missing, but that's become a normal thing these days.
We don't have
Um,
Rowain for good reasons.
yeah.
Who?
Being in Scotland will do
Yeah,
that.
maybe
so,
next time.
so I will go around and have my players introduce themselves and who their characters are, and I will start to my left with Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Otto, the moon druid human who likes to cook and eat. That is his life.
And then we'll go up to Patrick.
I am playing Lucid Reverie, and I am a cleric of the Storm Lord. Many
And,
Zacks.
and then over to Robin.
I am Robin. I'm playing Taylith Dorashell. She is a bronze dragonborn fighter.
Last we were able to do this game, you guys are on the edge of the uh, island, or inlet as it's called. And while a very intense negotiation for the Genesium black market trade was going on, you guys decided to wander off and create a box.
Hey, it's a magic box. Thank you to know.
So you happened upon a undertaker who you asked if they could make a 5 by 5 box for you. Initially, he was skeptical, but his fallen Asimar daughter figured out a way. And the two of you, or the three of you, excuse me, uh, created this cube box out of uh, fashioning two coffins together. And they said that if you wanted the spell you needed and you wanted it to be permanent, you had to go see possibly the wizard that lived on a cliff overlooking the sea. And that's where the episode ended, because you guys were trying to figure out how you were going to convince him to do this for you. So, so we will pick up tonight with the three of you planning to go see this man.
I mean, we
So,
probably just have to ask him what he wants us to do. Right, guys?
Yeah.
as the title gives away a little bit. But first, you bid farewell to the Undertaker and his daughter. You thank them for their assistance in helping you create the box. And then you face your first issue. You are a good half to 3/4 miles from the sea, and you have a 5 by 5 wooden cube that you have to get there from where you are. So, how do the three of you plan to do that?
I mean, let's go see someone about buying a wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got the coin for that. Might as well.
So, you have two options then. You can leave the box at the Undertaker's and go back into town and hope you can buy a wagon, or you can take the box with you, which
Well,
means
I can carry the box that far at least.
Yeah, I mean, I can turn into a bear, and together our strength will be like yours is what 20 or something.
18.
Mine would be 19 at the time as a bear. So
All right, and then I'll ride on top of the box.
no.
see what you do is you tie the box to the bear.
And then you use the lizard person with a pole to like keep it balanced.
If you turn into a bear, we could probably carry it between the two of us, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am a brown bear.
Okay.
I immediately smell any nearby honey.
Give me a perception roll for that.
What a waste of a natural 20. So I have advantage on that, so I could roll again and try to get another natural 20, I guess. But no.
There there is no honey in the immediate area. You do, however, smell the existence of bees, uh, corpses. You're not sure of what type. Uh,
Well, we're at
uh,
an undertaker.
Yeah.
and various different kinds of flowers, and you do smell the sea air even as far away as you are. But you could, in essence, find some honey if you went off tracking where the bees were headed to.
No, no. I will carry this box.
Uh,
I mean, unless it's on the way.
Yeah.
No, it's off into the bees are headed off into the small patch of woods that are across from the Undertaker's house. Um, So,
What a
are you
waste of a natural 20.
are you gonna tie this box to the bear, or are is the dragonborn just gonna hold it on there?
Well,
I think we
I
can
was
hold it
thinking
between
I was
us.
thinking you'd be standing on your hind legs with the box between your paws, helping me
Yeah.
carry it. That's what I
Yeah.
was picturing. But
The bear would be much slower walking that way.
I got a 21 to tie the box to the bear.
Okay.
The cleric comes up with a length of rope and ties the cube to the bear's back, and as they are walking along at a normal excuse me, at a normal pace, um, you, you know, every once in a while you check the box to make sure it's not slipping or what have you. And you make it back to the edge of town. It's still daylight, so the gates of the town are open. There are guards on either side. And as they look at the three of you walk through the gate, they look at each other like, what in the fuck is that?
Sup, guys? We forgot to buy a wagon.
Okay. Interesting use of a bear, however. Uh, you might want to, if you're looking for a wagon, you might want to check with a blacksmith, possibly. Um, that's go up one block, turn left, and go to your right 3 blocks, and you can't miss it.
Oh,
No,
no used wagon lot in this town?
nope.
Ah, well, we'll go
Yeah,
check with the blacksmith.
you'll find you'll find it just by the smell, and you won't need a bear for that. So, and they're right the minute you go up one block and turn right, you can smell molten metal and all kinds of other metallic smells coming your way. And as you get closer, it gets warmer and warmer.
Is it getting hot in here? Is it just me?
Whoa.
Bleh.
The bear's getting really warm.
It-
It's like, you know, with his fur, he's bordering on uncomfortable at this point. Uh, you do eventually make it to a wooden building about the size of an actual barn. And the smell is almost overwhelming. Um, and you hear metal hitting metal and metal hissing from cold water hitting it. You know, all the sounds you would hear in a blacksmith shop. Is one of you gonna walk up and knock on the door, or
I will.
so the bear is gonna go up and knock on the door, huh? Okay. Give give me a dex check to see if you can manage to pull that off with a 5x5 cube on your back made of wood.
Natural one.
I, I, I just knew that was gonna happen.
I already wasted my natural 20. Might as well waste my natural one on this.
You a 5x5 cube of wood is heavy, and even though you're a bear, when you when you lift a paw to knock on the door, you fall over sideways because it throws your balance off. So you are now laying there on your side with this box tied to you with
Oh,
with the cleric and the dragonborn fighter just standing there looking at you.
I'll see if I can help get him back on his feet.
I knock on the door.
Give me a dex check to see if you can help him up.
Okay. Um, oh, my dex bonus is 0, so this should be fun.
You you can roll with advantage because Otto is trying himself to get back up. So
Okay. 16.
Not bad.
that's high enough that we'll say you're able to uh, stabilize the box long enough for him to scramble to his feet again. And while this is happening, Lucid knocks on the door, and a couple minutes later, the door opens. Um, and you see actually, uh, let me get my dice out. I forgot to do that. You see a being that has to duck his head, and I don't know if any of you have ever seen an actual cyclops before.
Otto certainly hasn't.
Mm-mm.
And all he is wearing is an extremely long, two-sided leather apron. This barn roof is a 12-foot roof, and he barely clears the doorway. And he looks down at the three of you. He goes, "Hello, uh, I'm Kalis. What can I do for you?"
Hey there, Kalis. We're badly in need of a wagon. Have you got one to spare?
He says there are a couple over on the other side of the barn over yonder. Uh, would this be a rental or a purchase by chance?
A purchase.
Purchase.
Lol.
At this point, Otto just wants the box off of his back. He's like, this is more annoying than I thought it would be. Hmm.
Alas, it's tied on there so good. I don't know if we'll be able to get it off.
Otto starts chewing on the rope. No.
Your fighter has a sword. I think you can get the ropes off.
I don't know, but the way I roll, I'd probably stab Otto.
Yeah, you go to cut the ropes and end up cutting the bear's heart out. Yeah, be bad. So, he said, Kayla says, well, there are 3 wagons over there. What do you want the wagon for?
I point to the box on Otto's back and say, we need it for this.
He says, well, the reason I ask is the wagons are different sizes. Um, I think the biggest wagon that's over there could probably hold that.
Well, then I guess we need the biggest one that's over there.
I will give you that for 7 gold.
Done. Here's 7
All
gold.
right.
It is in travel shape. You shouldn't have a problem with it.
Great.
It is set up to be pulled by horses. I don't know if you 3 don't look like you have horses available. Uh,
I just kind of shrug, and I'm assuming that they'll just tie me up to it again.
We'll make do. We'll make do.
you could go to the stables in the town and buy a couple of draft horses, but those would be expensive.
Right.
We could buy
You
some
couldn't.
donkeys. Those are only
I was
like
gonna say,
8 gold
couldn't you?
apiece.
Couldn't you turn into a horse and just pull it for?
I can pull it as a bear. I've got higher strength as a bear
Well,
than a
that's
horse
true.
does. I'd be a little slower,
Sure.
but stronger.
Can at least pull it into town.
Yep.
So he
I tie the
takes
bear to the cart.
Kalis takes your money and leads you over to the wagon and leads you over to the largest wagon there and says, there you go.
Okay, cool. I lash the bear to the cart, and then I take the box off the bear, and then I put the box on the cart.
What is your strength?
My strength is 16.
Oh. With the bear's help, you can probably get the box on the cart fairly easy.
Yeah, because the bear could actually climb onto the cart and then all you would have to do is untie the box and it would be there.
I
Yeah.
got a
And
16 with guidance.
okay, so with Otto's assistance, you are able to detach the box and it's now sitting comfortably in the wagon. Are you going to tie the box to the wagon? Or
Yes.
I was gonna say, or just hope it doesn't bounce out on its own.
I figure we should tie it down since it's got nothing in it.
Yeah. And then Otto goes over to the front of the wagon where the hitches are and just stands there.
Yep.
So I need a um I need an athletics roll from either one of you to see if you can attach Otto to this wagon.
Okay, athletics. Mm, okay. Ah, total of 8, so I think that is a fail.
Yeah.
It's an easy task. It might still work. Who knows?
Well, the fighter couldn't do it. Let's see if the cleric can do it.
Cleric, what's your
I,
athletics roll?
Athletics. 21.
Huh.
for some reason, Lucid is extremely good with rope all of a sudden.
Got a
Uh,
24 total with guidance because my god is also good with rope.
well, even without guidance, you added what, 17?
An 18. I had +3.
Well, the 18 would have done it.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, so Lucid's been practicing with rope recently. I don't know. Um,
Yes, because reasons.
he's been he's been incredibly bored, so he's just been playing with rope for a while. Um, so Lucid ties Otto to the wagon, and you turn the wagon around and head back out of town toward the wizard living.
I thought we'd have to go to the docks to meet up with our boat, and then
Well, you can do it that way, or you can. Do you have any other way of communicating with the crew of your ship?
I can cast sending.
that would work.
What are we trying to get them to do?
I guess meet up with us, so I guess just going to the docks in town is probably faster.
Yeah, probably. We go to the docks.
Okay. Um. So you can actually see the dock area from the blacksmith barn because this town isn't very large. Um, it's basically a fishing town, so most of the business is done in the dock area.
You say fishing town. We know that this is a pirate town.
Well,
I mean, I can probably yell loud enough for them to hear us, but I mean, the rest of the
well,
town wouldn't appreciate that so much.
you might draw a bit of attention, especially with a bear pulling a wagon with a large box.
Guys, there's no treasure in this box. I swear.
and 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 then as you turn around when you're not looking at the box, this neon light comes on that says treasure located here.
Yeah.
I think we should drive around with the box empty, guys. Like and like open, like showing that it's empty.
So, but you guys head from the blacksmith shop over to where the docks are. As I said, it's the busiest part of the town. People coming and going. Some looking somewhat normal, most not. And most of the people in the dock area you really wouldn't want to deal with. Children, the children that are out in the streets see Otto and rush up to Otto and start petting him because,
Careful, he's not domesticated.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I saw a bear run up to it and start petting it.
well, actually, these kids, they've probably never seen a bear before. Uh, there aren't many bears on an island, you know. So
Just look like a really big weird dog.
yeah. So what does Otto do when he's surrounded by 4 or 5 children?
I lick their faces with my giant bear tongue.
And they all go, they all screech and go running away. Like, ugh.
And it's the closest thing to a bath they've had in days.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to check your pockets, Otto.
Luckily, I don't have pockets right now.
Yeah. If he's got pockets in his fur, I want to know how they got there.
Yeah, I'm not like a kangaroo.
And the adults see what happened, and you know the children go running away, and the adults are like, ah.
Tastes like chicken.
And yeah, like like everything does except chicken.
Chicken tastes like turkey.
um, so you guys finally make it to the dock after your little interlude with the children, and your boat is moored at the docks. And by the way, for anybody watching, you can actually, if you subscribe to our channel, you can actually name the boat. We have put up several options for people to name. You can name the boat in this game. You can name the town that the characters own in Gunpowder and Brass. And don't think we've come up in Mage with anything for people to name as of yet, have we?
The name of the cabal or coven that you guys are part of,
Um,
because you
okay.
guys haven't come up with a coven name yet.
We should we should let uh, the viewers name the guy that we're working for because what Rowain keeps calling him is a little bizarre.
Yeah,
Uh, you know, Professor Neffy is a little weird.
yeah.
But so anyway, subscribe to the channel and name the ship that these guys own.
We named the ship like 18 episodes ago.
Yeah, but I decided that it'd be cool to let uh, the audience name it.
Plus, do
Hey,
you
what do
remember
you
what
name
it's called?
it? Here we come.
uh, the Storm Dragon, as I recall,
Oh, okay. Well, I
because
didn't remember that.
Patrick and I came up with that. I recall, I think so.
Because we had just fought a dragon in a storm, and then we got the
Yeah,
ship out of it. It made sense at the time.
right. Um, and if the our viewers don't come up with anything better, we can always keep that.
Yeah.
Um, but your ship is sitting there. As you walk up to it, you can see the crew wandering around. A couple of them are stumbling around. They've obviously gotten into the barrel of rum and or ale since you've been gone. Uh, So what do you guys do?
Well, I need to
I
lower
guess
the
we,
gangplank so that I can walk this wagon up it.
yeah,
So you,
lower gangplank, take it onto the ship, put it in
so
the deep dark hold.
so is Otto gonna growl at the crew to, or roar at the crew to get one of them's attention?
No, I'll leave it to Lucid, and he can he can actually do it, with his voice.
I cast thaumaturgy and echo my voice up to the crew. Lower the gangplank.
The two guys that are half sober fall flat because they're like, "Holy shit, boy!" You're
Guys?
your second in command, however, um, lowers the gangplank on the ship. Otto has to step around the other two as, as he's climbing onto the ship.
All right, and
So are
then
you?
once I am all the way up onto the ship, I'm going to turn back into a human and just slip the ropes.
The box crashes to the deck.
Oh no, it's up on the wagon, so it should be
It's on
okay.
the cart,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's true. So Otto sidestepped the two drunk guys that fell,
Yeah.
but the wagon didn't.
Oh. Can I make a dex check to try and keep them alive?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, actually, I'm gonna make them make a dex check to see if they were actually able to avoid getting run over.
Okay. Knew I forgot about something while I was walking up there.
You just felt like you ran over a couple of things.
Thump.
No, neither one of them was able in their half-drunken state, neither one of them was able to get up. So you basically ran over both of them.
Ouch.
One of them, after you ran him over, is like rolled up in a fetal position on the deck because you ran over his stomach. You didn't kill him, but he's not doing well right now.
I moved to give him first aid.
The other one, you ran over his neck
Oh,
because he botched his dex roll, and he's in, how they put it, serious to critical condition. If Lucid doesn't get to him right away, he's dead.
Okay, I guess I'll treat that guy first before the guy with the stomach wound.
Okay. Uh, roll, roll.
Medicine?
Well, you're a cleric, don't you have cure wounds?
If I deigned to use that.
oh, come on, man.
Okay, I'll cure
Well,
light wounds.
okay. Uh,
So that just hits him for some healing, like D8 plus something.
yeah. It's D8 plus your cleric level.
I got 11 total.
Okay. He's almost back to normal.
And then I roll to stabilize the other guy.
Okay.
I give him first aid. You guys shouldn't be like lying around on the job, you know. I don't pay you just to drink.
The one that's almost back to normal was, do you know how long we've been waiting for you guys to get back?
Oh, it's
Waiting
only
and
been like,
getting paid.
yeah, it's only been like, what, 4 days?
He's like, we should be out on the high seas pilfering things.
You're pilfering my wallet. What's the difference? Quartermaster, have this man flogged.
He's like,
you just healed him, you're gonna have him flogged.
he's like, we're sailors and we haven't been sailing. Um, so, are you actually going to tell them what you want them to do?
Yeah, we need to go. So I'm human again, so I can actually say it. We need to go to the bottom part of the inlet to what's it called? Just this wizard's tower or house or manor. I don't really know what he has.
It's a keep.
Keep. Okay,
Yeah.
so this wizard's keep, and then when we're there, hopefully we can engage him in making our box magical.
And they both look over at this box that is sitting on the deck that's, you know, a little bit shorter than them. And they're like, oh, okay.
Once it's magical, we'll never have to worry about anything ever again. We'll have all the genesium we want.
That's the plan.
They're like, well, hope it works.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, we don't
oh.
want to be on Tiamat's bad side, I say.
And this is the first time that your crew has heard that name.
Oh, good. Then they don't know what it means.
Well, they've heard legend and story of her, as everybody has. They, however, didn't know that the three of you were connected with her in any way. They're like, we're working for her.
Kind of. We're working to
Uh,
not die because of her.
the crew looks at each other and goes, we may have to renegotiate contract,
Oh, it's too late. You're already part of this.
especially if these three get knocked off.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the bad side of Tiamat, so you probably want to work with us as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
I mean, the alternative is working for Claire, so I mean, take what you can get, guys.
Yeah.
They all, you mentioned Claire, and they all look at each other and sort of shudder.
Personally, I'd rather work for Tiamat. And you can tell her I said that,
Yeah.
leaving it unclear who I meant.
And your first mate is like, and you were the one that they had untie from her bed the other day. So I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
possibly have gotten back here by now.
Oh
In
yeah.
4 days, in 4 days, yes, you did.
It's a small island.
In fact, the day after it happened, everybody knew about it. So, your first mate is like, so we're just sailing around to the other side of the island.
Yeah, but you can loot any ships you find on the way. It'll keep you happy.
A steak, a hooker, and more ale would keep me happy.
Well, fine. You can have that when we get back. Shit.
You get paid.
What do you think I'm gonna do with the gold you give me?
Hey, then you better try and get this bonus. If you get there in under a day, I'll double your rate.
Oh, it's just sailing around the island. You'll get there before dark. Not that big of an island.
With you layabouts, who freaking knows? Sleep on the job, you drunkards.
And they're like, oh, by the way, when we stop again, you need to refill your alcohol.
Of course we do.
So, so there's a the wind's not really heavy, but there's a decent breeze blowing, and the crew puts up the sails, and you guys start sailing toward the other side of the island. It's uh by calculation you'll get there by probably 9 tonight. So you've got a few hours to on ship till you guys get there. So what does each of you want to do while you're headed toward the wizard's keep?
Hmm.
I start scribing some scrolls.
Yeah, I think I'll finish up my magical spice pouch of any spices. Because I've been working on that for days, so I probably can finish it now.
That's true. And Lucid hasn't scribed a scroll in days, so he's itching to do that. So what is our dragonborn fighter up to?
I'm gonna go see if the crew left any ale at all. And if so, I'm gonna help myself to it.
Uh, nope. You go over to where the cask is, and it's completely empty. In 4 days' time, the crew has pretty much decimated the alcohol supply.
At least there's still infinite rum.
That's true. You do have the
Oh, I forgot about that.
you have the container of infinite rum and infinite ice cream. So
And then somebody got a coffee thing.
yeah. So you have ice cream, coffee, and rum.
Well, that was a nice, well-rounded diet.
Yeah.
Best meal you've had in days. Uh,
So I'll take the flask of infinite rum and go retire to my quarters with it.
okay. Um, the evening passes. What scroll is Lucid working on?
Sending.
He's restocking that, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. By the time 9 o'clock rolls around and the ship uh, parks at the dock, it's near the Wizard's Keep, but it's gonna be a little bit of a walk still. But by that time, your standing scroll is done. Um, Otto's completed his spice pouch creation. And how drunk are you at this point?
Wait, how long? How much time has gone by?
A few hours.
Uh, yeah, about 4 hours.
All right, so that's enough time probably for even a dragonborn to be quite,
Smashed.
yeah.
If you were chugging pretty healthily, yeah. So you all hear your first mate say, "We're docking now." Uh, so I need a constitution check from you to see if you can even get out of bed at this point.
Okay. Con. 15 total.
Okay. Being a dragonborn, you are able to wake yourself up enough to actually get out of bed. Uh, you're feeling rather queasy. and a bit lightheaded, because you don't normally drink this much in a 4-hour space of time. And oddly enough, the flask of rum is still full. So you wander out on deck, and Otto and Lucid are both standing there.
Take a quick walk, get some fresh air.
Here, have some coffee.
Coffee.
Okay, so I'll take the coffee.
I'd say it's about a 500-yard walk from the dock area to the wizards. Excuse me. The wizards keep. You look to your left, and looming in the darkness is this, for all intents and purposes, castle, sitting on a rock, looking out over the sea, about 500 yards from where you're at. And the first mate walks up to the three of you and says, I assume you want us to wait for you?
Yes.
Absolutely. That would be incredibly helpful.
Because we are going to have to sail back around to get supplies when you're done with this little visit.
We shouldn't be long.
You know, alcohol's gone, food is running low.
Alcohol's gone. Let's pour them some rum before we leave. Fill up their rum cask.
So Otto basically takes the flask of unending rum and fills up the barrel in the pantry, so that the crew have something to survive on while you're gone.
Yeah.
So do we need to hitch Otto back up to the cart so we can get this box up there to the keep?
You would, yes. Unless you want to bring the wizard out to the ship.
I don't know if he'd like that.
Yeah, I think it would probably be better to go up to his keep with the box.
Okay.
So poof, once again I am a bear.
And automatically the crew is a little iffy when they see you do that.
All right, everyone out of the way. No one lying down on the job this time.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a bear. We're out of here anyway.
Cast thaumaturgy and make this signal of a truck backing up.
I hate that noise.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested that I put that on my chair.
Oh god.
I would be ripping it off about an hour after somebody put it on there. But the crew scattered, but Well, actually, the crew doesn't scatter. They all congregate over by the rum barrel that you just filled up.
Yeah.
And Otto pulls the wagon off the ship, and it's gonna be a bit of a rough go because the 500 yards between you and the Wizard's Keep is nothing but sand.
Well, luckily I've got 19 strength, so I should be okay. Just hit me with
Uh,
that guidance.
so you slog along. It takes you a little longer than it normally would have. The good thing is, even though it's dark, you can see this large stone building getting closer in front of you. And I'd say after about 20 minutes to a half an hour, you actually make it to the front door of this keep. It's, I wouldn't say it's a castle, it's a little too small for that, but it is a decent sized building. You could you could definitely live quite comfortably in it if you owned such a thing. Um,
Well, I guess we have the bear knock.
Not this time.
All right, I guess I
Oh
know.
no.
I was gonna say, given how well that went the first
Mm.
time, yeah. Although you wouldn't be as likely to fall over this time as you were the first time.
That's fair.
You are attached to a wagon. um, so the two of you knock, and Otto just stands there. And a couple of minutes later, you see the large wooden arch doors start to open. And um, you see you see a
Uh-oh.
I seem to be echoing a bit.
Except now. It was just that one, or those two times. That's weird.
Um, as the door opens, you see what looks, for all intents and purposes, to be an aging tiefling. His skin is gray, his beard is white, but his eyes are a brilliant red.
Hey there! Cool aesthetic choice with the eyes.
He says, for tiefling, that's sort of normal.
Hmm.
Uh, I just enhanced it a little. Um, my name is Zennius. Uh, come in.
Well, don't mind if I do. And I come right in.
I'll transform back
Follow
into
them
a
in.
human and follow him in.
Says, I see we have a druid here. And who might the three of you be?
We're an adventuring party, and we need you to magic this box into a magical thing.
Pardon me, she's a
Uh,
little tipsy right now. We we would like it if you could transform this or transmute this box into a box that is capable of manufacturing any object that we or group of objects, I should say, that we require with major creation and permanency and that sort of thing.
hmm. So,
That's what I said.
So we're looking for a magic cabinet that can make anything.
now that's a big one. Names, please.
I'm Otto.
My name is
Taylor.
Sid Reverie, or at least
Otto,
you call me that.
Otto, Taylor, and what?
My name is Lucid.
Uh, question is, do you live up to your name? Uh,
Almost decidedly not.
at least you're honest about it.
At least about that.
So, you want two fairly high level spells to enchant this box so it will make anything you ask it to make.
Right.
You've got it.
Hmm, that'll take some work. And it will also take you fulfilling a favor for me.
I suppose we could do a favor for a favor.
See, I am wealthy enough that your gold does not matter to me, but there's something that does greatly matter to me. I was once the head of the council of a great kingdom until political backstabbing and the like drove me from the council. I want my kingdom back.
That's a big favor for a box, but I
A,
mean,
bo- a box that will permanently create anything.
I didn't say it wasn't in the realm of
I,
possibility.
for me to achieve this, I need you to track down a relic for me.
Okay, that sounds more doable than giving you a kingdom just because of my current skill set and abilities.
Yeah,
Well, the way this works is the person who owns this relic is the head of the kingdom. When I was deposed, this relic was spirited away, and for years nobody knows where this relic is. I have some information, but
And does
uh,
anybody know what it is? You keep calling it a relic. What is it exactly?
it is called, or at least in the stories that I have heard, it is called the Crown of Tandon. It is a crystalline object about the size of both of your palms put together. And it looks somewhat like a crown. It has sharp edges on the top, but it is made out of a magical crystalline substance. Rumors are it was first created um, in the fairy realm, but there's never been any concrete confirmation of that. Um, Last known location was in the wastelands in the kingdom to on the continent to the far west of here. Uh, the wastelands are not a hospitable place. Um,
Hence the name Wastelands. Yes.
a large mountain range cuts the edge of the kingdom to the west. And on the western side of that mountain range is the wastelands. There are creatures there that are known nowhere else in the world. And well, some explorers have come back from there. Most do not return in the condition they left. They are either injured or driven crazy or any number of strange maladies that we have witnessed. Uh, so this will not be an easy trip.
What does the relic do? How do we know it when we find it?
Well, it looks like a crown made out of crystal. Uh, what it does, no one is really sure, but that that is not its main purpose. Its main purpose is to signify that whoever owns it is king of my kingdom. Uh, Nobody's ever talked about if the object had powers of its own or not.
I'm betting it
So
shoots fireballs.
there had to be a reason that somebody deposited it in the wasteland so nobody could get to it. But since that's happened, the all of the kingdoms on that continent have been in somewhat of a state of disarray. So it must be a fairly powerful object. Because of the fact that the other kingdoms on the continent are in disarray also, you are not the only ones looking for this thing.
Hmm. Well, we'll get there
You're right,
first.
Lucid. This does sound like a tall order for a box.
Right? I mean, sure, it's a box that can make anything, but
Well,
I think we can manage it. We're just finding a crown. How hard
yeah,
could it
how
be?
In a place that that most people don't return from sane or uninjured. I don't know.
Oh, how
well,
sane are we in the first place? We're fine.
Uh,
eh,
you're right. There is that.
well, Zennius looks at the three of you and looks at the box and says, "It is your choice to make whether you are willing to accept uh, the terms of the deal."
might as well try. Come back with the crown or not. Like,
Why the hell not?
Yeah. Sounds good to
Okay.
me.
As it is getting fairly late, you you are quite welcome to stay in my keep for the night and begin your journey in the morning.
Sure.
Um, or your ship is nearby. You can, if you prefer, you can stay on your ship. It is up to you.
I'll take the hospitality of your keep if you're offering.
Yeah, I think I'd like to stay here.
Not be surrounded by
Well,
seamen.
or I think having a roof over one's head is always preferable.
Yeah. I
Um,
cast Druidcraft real quick to see if it's gonna storm.
so how does that work?
If it's gonna storm, it makes a little tiny storm that appears. If it's not, then it
Okay.
just makes like a sunshine thing or whatever. It's basically like a little weather app.
Hmm.
Okay. How cute. Uh, do you have to roll for that, or does
Nope.
it just
It
happen?
just knows.
Okay. So how do you go about doing it?
I just sort of wave my hands and
Uh,
then a little bubble appears that shows whether or not it's going to storm or if it's going to be a sunny day or cloudy or whatever the weather's going to be.
and I'm the one that's supposed to decide what the weather's gonna be.
Yeah, you're the boss.
Okay.
You control the weather. We don't.
Okay. Well, that's true. Eh, now, not looking real good. What you end up seeing is a gray sky, and the waves are blowing. There's a fair amount of wind. Uh, you're not you're not seeing a major storm, but it's not bright and sunny and calm either.
It's blustery.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that says good things for if I need to use call lightning in the middle of this.
Right? Light him up.
Yeah.
As you're standing on the deck of a wooden boat, yeah.
Well, I mean, you call it at the things that are trying to come up onto the boat, not on the boat itself.
With the way you guys roll, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I target the mast and call lightning.
Yeah.
And roll a 1 and it falls on your head. So, are you going to at least go tell your crew what's going on, or
Yeah, gotta tell him we gotta go back to resupply.
He can cast sending.
or walk 500 feet one or the other?
I think
cast-
casting sending is better.
Okay.
We're not going back to the boat. What?
I'm staying here for the night.
Yeah, we're gonna stay here at the key.
The
I
wizard offered that you could either stay there or you could go back to the boat.
I
And
guess I'll
these
stay here and
and
send him a
these
sending.
and these two decided to stay. So you cast sending and you tell the crew that in 25 in 25 words or less that you are the three of you are staying in the keep and will reboard in the morning.
So, have a good night.
The uh, first mate's response is, "We'll see you in the morning. Are you bringing the box with you again?"
I guess.
No,
You mean
we're
bringing the
leaving it
box
with the.
back to the ship? Yeah.
No, we're leaving the box with the wizard so he can enchant it.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was gonna enchant it for us while we were here.
I think we're gonna leave and then come back and get the box when we give him the
Oh, okay.
crown.
Yeah, go ahead and give us the box up front. We'll get that crown for you in no time. I roll persuasion. Come on, persuasion. I got a 26 plus guidance. So 28.
Zennius goes,
Can't
it will
persuade someone to do something outside of their ability.
it will take several days for me to cast these spells. I
Well,
cannot I cannot do it without the box. So
I guess we'll have to wait for you to finish. Might as well get this done in the meantime.
Yeah.
and besides, you may not survive getting the crown. It'd be a shame to lose the box. And with that, he tells you he's going to retire for the night, as it is well past midnight because the three of you appeared at 9 o'clock at night. So before he retires, however, he shows you to three guest rooms down the main hall. they are pretty much the same. So you can either head into the guest rooms or you can decide to do something else. But Zennius bids you good night and heads off upstairs to his room.
I think I'll just pass out for the evening and then wake up early in the morning, or early-ish in the morning.
Same. Did it just
Yeah.
get really dark in here?
Yeah. Now it's brightening up again. That was weird.
Weird.
You have something living with you that you didn't know you had living with you.
Yeah. That was
Only
just,
the neighborhood ghost.
yeah, I was gonna say it was just a ghost passing over your webcam.
Yeah.
You should tell it you're gaming and to leave you alone until you're done.
Last person in this apartment OD'd. I'm sure it's no big deal.
Oh,
They're probably headed for the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, uh, so the three of you head to your rooms for the night and crash. You didn't realize how tired you actually were. And Taylor drank enough alcohol the night before that she didn't know Dragonborns got hungover, but with that amount of alcohol, they will. So she crashes even harder than the other two of you. And as the next morning comes, you are all three jolted from sleep by the sunlight coming in the window of your rooms. None of you want to be awake right now, but you are.
This is terrible.
where's that coffee flask?
I drank some of the coffee flask. Finally make it out of my room.
As you make it out of your room, you see Otto coming out of his room very slowly.
I pass Otto the coffee flask and it's set to like caramel with caramel creamer. It's like the sweetest bullshit coffee.
Auto,
Caramel with caramel and a shot of extra caramel.
There's actually somehow like a caramel hard candy floating around in the bottom of the can. Just a lump of sugar.
So just the sugar content alone from stuff will wake you up.
yeah.
You used to have blood running through your veins. Now you have caramel. Like,
It's a ghost cat flickering in and out of this realm.
A very insistent one. It reached out and touched my shoulder.
Wow. uh, As Salem adjusts to the sunlight, she realizes that she finally got enough sleep that the hangover is gone. Uh, she still doesn't feel real great, but at least her head is functioning like normal.
Normal adjacent.
Yeah.
And the two of you see her walk out of a room at the end of the hall.
Oh, hey there. You're up
Hey.
early.
Here, I say, passing her the flask.
Thanks.
It's
So
sweet, so be
guys,
careful.
sorry about the other day. I didn't do anything too stupid, did I?
No, just, kind of pissed off the wizard, maybe. Not certain on that.
Nothing I wouldn't do.
Yeah, you're still within Lucid's realm of normality.
Oh, okay.
And while the three of you are talking, out of nowhere, the wizard just sort of pops into existence standing in front of the three of you.
I say, did you use an invisibility spell just to sneak up on us?
I just teleported from my room.
Oh, that's way cooler.
I have I have various teleport points set up around the keep. It's easier than walking around. Uh, so, if you will join me in the dining room, I have magically prepared breakfast.
Fantastic. At the sound of breakfast, Otto's immediately grabbing his companions and rushing them to it.
You walk the, 50 feet to the dining room, and you have a table for 12 set up for breakfast, even though there's only 4 of you.
Wow, you keep the place in good stock.
It stays like that. Um, you can eat the food and it'll reappear.
That sounds like witchcraft. Have you been checked for Fey blood?
uh, I have been doing this for
4 years.
over 100 years now. Uh, this spell, at least for me, is a minor one.
Teach me your secret now.
Teach me your secret.
Otto falls to his knees and it's like, please.
Otto's on his way there. He's got magic items that are slowly building more and more magic items to do that.
Yeah. So as you're eating breakfast, you realize that this sort of thing is the end point of what you're working on.
Yeah.
You don't know how many more years it will take you to get there, though.
One day, though.
And then you will just eat yourself into oblivion. And
And then turn into a bear and eat that bear into oblivion.
you will eat until all your uh, shapes have eaten so much that they can't eat anymore.
Yeah.
Question is, then when you switch back to a human, do you just die?
No, I think each shape has its own stomach. So basically, it would just transform me into a full human because I'd still be full from eating as a human.
Uh, uh,
That's my guess, anyway. Otto's never
well,
had enough food to buckle down and really test this.
we'll see. If it ever comes to that, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Um, so you guys enjoy a leisurely breakfast. Um, do you tell Zennius that before you can head out on his quest, you have to go back and restock the ship first?
Oh, yeah. We give him full information on what we need to do to, like, what our various chores are, basically, so that we don't have anything that he
I mean,
misses.
unless you can just conjure up some supplies, just like you did this banquet,
Yeah, that would work.
I,
then we could get on it sooner for you.
I could probably manage that.
Great, that'll save us like a day.
Uh, More like a day and a half.
Yeah, with the
Because
loading and unloading times.
by the time you get there, and then you got to go shopping, and then you got to load it and unload it. And um, so after you guys have breakfast, uh, the three of you and Zennius walk out to the ship. And you don't see any crew on the ship.
Huh?
From where you're standing, when you look over the edge onto the deck, you don't see anybody.
Uh, I shout with like an augmented voice. Hey, who goes there?
Maybe we should go onto the ship and see if there's anybody, inside.
Yeah.
Hi, women and children first.
The, that would be the fighter.
And the halfling? The fighter and the halfling?
We have a halfling?
Oh, Otto's not a halfling?
No, Otto's a human.
It's a human.
Oh, okay.
It's just a small human.
So yeah, I'll go on the ship and look around, see if I can see anybody.
When you get to the top of the gangplank, um, the ship has been pretty much trashed, and you hear mumbled noises from the hole below. what do you do?
I'll call down to the other two to join me on the ship so we can go check it out together.
Yeah.
Tell them what I heard.
Otto will transform into a dire wolf to prepare for combat in case there is any.
So you join Talith on deck, and then the three of you hear the muffled noises coming from the hole.
I actually have advantage on hearing perception, so should I try to perceive what's going on there?
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
Alright. So 19 plus 8, so 27.
You hear, even though they're muffled, you hear the voices of your crew.
I whine and start padding my way down towards the. I really need to get telepathy.
That would be helpful.
I follow the bear.
Wolf.
I follow the wolf. Bear.
Yeah,
Bear.
we'll both follow him.
You get down to the hole. It is, even though it's early morning, it is just barely light down in the hole. And what you see is, in fact, your crew. But they've been fairly well roughed up, and now they are all either enchained or tied with rope, with their mouths forcibly covered.
Someone gonna untie one of them and unlash their mouths so that we can find out what happened?
Yeah, I guess I untie him. Damn it, was Claire here?
Uh, your first mate that you untied says, no, but we were attacked.
I notice a lot of you are still alive.
Hopefully, all of us are still alive, except they are all bleeding in various places.
What were you attacked by?
Um, that's the strange thing. They seem like other humans, like other men like us, in different colored uniforms. Um, when they initially rushed the ship, we thought they were just wanting to rob the ship, like so many other pirates on this island. But they all had little vial of things. And after a short battle, they were able to basically knock us all out. And the next thing I remember is being in the hold where you found us.
So you didn't see where they went after they attacked you, I'm assuming.
No. And Zennius interjects. He's like, I told you, you you three are not the only ones looking for this. The fact that they found me here and found your ship is not a good start to this. It means they are ahead of you, or at least they know the same information that you do.
Well, I think it's pretty suspect that you were so eager to not have us sleep on the ship, only for the ship to get, ambushed.
Think of it this way. If you'd been on the ship, you could very well all three be dead right now.
Hmm.
It is surprising to me that they left your crew alive.
Yeah,
Because,
it seems suspect. We should probably replace them when we put into port.
because if they really wanted to slow you down, I would have killed your entire crew. Then you would have had great difficulty going anywhere. So
So obviously they want us to come and find the relic so that they can try and take it from us at the last moment.
that is a plan.
Well, at least we know
But,
it's a trap.
but with the people that make up this island, it is never good to suppose about anything because you don't know anybody's motives for anything.
Well, be prepared. That's what I always say.
I mean, what's the extent of the damage? Is the ship still seaworthy? Or is it just like,
Yeah,
on the surface trash? They didn't destroy the actual, like, mechanisms themselves, did they?
it looks like a trashed hotel room. It looks like they were looking for something they didn't find.
We just brought a huge box to the like crazy wizard's house. If they don't have a lot of information on what the relic is and how big it is and where it currently is, they could have just thought we brought him the relic just now.
That's true.
Yeah, because um, if they had been watching you, the, they could have assumed that this relic was large enough that you needed a 5 by 5 by 5 box to put it in. So,
It's like an Amazon box.
yeah, it's the biggest Amazon box they make. Except it doesn't have the little smiling thing on it like all the other Amazon boxes do. And let me tell you, shipping's ridiculous. Because Because on a 5x5x5 wooden box, yeah. And how often do you get a Amazon boat to come to the island? So, uh,
So I'll
so they
transform back into a human, make a bunch of good berries, and feed them to our people so they can get some healing and stop bleeding.
Zennius is like they obviously now know that they are also not the only ones looking for this thing. Could be any number of factions from my old kingdom. So be careful because they've already made it this far. And um, you guys climb onto the boat and start, or climb back up to the main deck and start straightening things up and healing up your crew. And as your crew gets better, they start straightening things up and getting the ship uh, ready to sail. And being that it's midnight where you are and 11 where you are, this seems to be a good spot to stop before you undertake your great voyage to the wasteland.
Yeah.
So, did you? I know we had a lot of fuss before game that got us started late, but
It
did
was a
you
good game.
guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least now you have your box, or at least Zennius had your box,
Yeah.
and who knows what waits for you next week.
In the next episode of Fallen Dragons.
Aww.
Episode 21, the st- Storm Dragon becomes a sea monster's lunchbox. uh, no.
I'm going to spend the whole episode powering up for one attack.
you spend an entire episode after being eaten by a sea monster trying to get back out. No.
All right.
Ship and haul.
Yeah.
Uh, but no.
So,
Um,
don't have our back plate, so I guess please like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, our which is up there, dragons underscore RPG. Um, our Spotify and Anchor will give you us as a podcast if you want to listen to us that way and hear all the back episodes of our stuff. Um, yeah, just check out our Facebook and our Discord. You can check the previous videos if you want to see the backplate with those. So please check the previous videos.
We have, this is video 78 once it goes up on YouTube. So we have a lot of stuff, a lot of back videos for you guys to watch.
Yep. So yeah.
And we have at least 19 other Fallen Dragons videos, so you can get to know these characters fairly well by episode 21 if you go back and watch them all. And may I suggest episode 17, the concert video?
Yeah.
That was one of the
Bizarre. That was just bizarre.
that was one of the craziest videos, craziest episodes I think I've ever done. So,
Yeah.
but
All right, everybody. I hope you all have a great night, and I really enjoyed playing. So
and check out Robin's books on Amazon.
I will put links to them in the comments on this video when it gets put up. So
okay.
And Tuesday is our regular Mage game. And you are, Josh is running that one.
Yeah. Should be the last one with me as GM for a bit, and then we'll go back to having Mike GM for a while and back and forth like that. All right.
So just stay connected with all of our stuff and you'll find out what crazy stuff we're up to.
Yep.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.